Alright, with Bristol 2019 being the first track I worked on, I'm going to talk about the changes. So, the biggest change I made was that, like it was in 2019 when this track first came out, the outside is just as effective as the inside, but the middle is terrible. I noticed in the 2022 night race that nobody runs the middle lane. It's always the outside or always the inside, so it kind of does race like an intermediate in a sense. The second change I made was part 1A, that I took the grip of the inside and the middle to be 1.1 and the grip of the very outside to be 1.2. Now I can't really make the AI behave. They're going to want to take the inside by default, but you can see here the 55 and the 95 side by side. Once they're on the outside on restarts, they can do it pretty well because of how relatively tame the night race was last season. The drafting distance I increased, the bunching distance I increased. Also, for the sake of the player, I decreased the acceleration modifier to 0.60 because anybody who's played under 2003 for more than 10 seconds will know that one of the main detriments is how overpowered the AI are on restart. So by decreasing that number way down, you are able to match with them a lot better because that's the goal, and ensure your setup matches with the AI as much as possible. The pit road speed I had to crank down to 30 miles per hour, which is by far the slowest pit road speed out of any NASCAR track. The what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the average time it takes to complete a lap I noticed was about between 15 and a half and 16 seconds. So you'll see right here their fastest laps are in the 16.1s, but as the tires warm up and as they get more into the groove, that'll decrease to around the 15.8 range. And when I post a default setup here, I use the default fast setup, but then also increase the weight bias because, unlike with other short tracks, this is a track where you're going to be relatively tight. You're not going to be slipping and sliding as much as you would. But yeah, that's about it for Bristol. If there are any other things that you notice or think I should change, just go ahead and hit me up and I will look at it and get to that.